Good morning, everybody. So, what we've got in this morning? Audi A3 TDI DSG 2 litre in for a DSG oil service. So what you'll need for this, you're going to need live data so that you can see the temperature of the oil when we do it. You're also going to need the filter, and don't forget the O-ring. Probably about 6 litres of oil, a pump or a siphon, whichever way you want to do it. And you're going to need this V.A.G 6262 to be able to form this. So, what we're going to be doing, removing the battery underneath oil filter housing to be able to change the filter. Then we'll be underneath the vehicle, draining the oil out, sticking this adapter in, and anything that we fill over, when it gets to 35 degrees, will drop out the bottom. This is a very messy job, but one you can perform yourself, provided you've got the live data and the adapter. Easy job. Okay, let's get to it. Right, so we're out under the car. Car's up in the air. Under tray is off. You need a 14mm Allen key. And the DSG drain plug is there. So we're going to take that out first. We're going to drain the first amount of fluid, and then there is a insert in there which we need to take out and drain the second amount of fluid. So what we'll do, we'll get that drain in now, and then we'll show you the second piece that comes out. Fluid actually looks quite clean. So we'll get that lot draining out first. Right, so now you can see it's come to a slow drip. Now what we need is an 8mm Allen key to drain, to get the second part out, which is fairly loose anyway, so you don't really need. As you can see, it's starting to come out now. Gonna get covered in oil, as always. There we go. As you can see, the plastic insert there, which is 8mm, and that just sits in there and that unscrews. Right, so we're now draining the oil from the bottom using the two-stage process, undoing the sump plug, then taking the adapter out. I've left the oil pan underneath draining, so then we're back up the top. We've removed the battery and the battery tray, which is access to the oil filter housing, which I'll show you now. So, battery tray, 310mm, battery tray out the way. You're going to need a 24mm socket, and then when we undo that, make sure that you've put enough towel roll down there, because it's, even though we drain the oil out, it will still leak out the bottom. So I'll try and film this while we're doing it. Alright, so we should now be able to start undoing this. Make sure we've got the towel roll, because it will start to come out. Yeah, there it goes. And that literally, all that does is it pulls out of there. And as you can see, which I'll show you in a minute, the oil in there looks awful. That's the filter there, which just pushes in, as you can see. Have a look at that oil in that housing. That is the dirty oil in which has been passed through the filter. So this is what we are basically trying to achieve here when we change it. So nice and simple. Make sure you change the O-ring on this. So we're just going to remove that. And in the new kit, this comes with an O-ring, but you need to make sure that you definitely change this O-ring. Because I've had it before where I bought filters and it doesn't come with the O-ring. So we need to make sure that the new O-ring, and it will sit in that bottom groove. So I need to make sure. And then what I will do is just lightly put a smear of grease around so that it comes out when it wants to and doesn't get stuck in there. And then the filter, nice and easy. There we go, nice and easy. Just pushes back in there. But what we're going to do first, before we do all of that, I'm just going to drain all of that old oil out with a siphon pump so that we're not putting it back through the new filter. That's it. So now that's all nice and clean, ready to accept the new filter. So new filter just pushes, as you can see, pushes in there. And then the filter housing, making sure that you've got the new O-ring in the right place. Sits over the top. Making sure there's no wet tissue stuck to the sides. And then just a gentle nip. I've been doing these for quite some time now, so I'm used to what a gentle nip should be, but if you're worried about that, then you need to look up what the torque specs will be for that, which I'll put on the screen for you now. So once that filter's in, 310mm battery tray in, battery in, ready to be connected up, and then obviously we're going to now put the fluid back in, and then we'll be able to start it, run it up to 35 degrees. But we'll get this battery tray in, get the battery on, and then I'll show you what we need to do underneath. Right, so battery tray, battery, air box back in. Don't forget to plug in the MAF sensor and a vacuum tube there. Air pipe back there, lid back on there. So let's get it raised up in the air and we'll show you how to put the oil back in. Okay, so first things first. What I always do, and I always recommend, is that you measure how much actually came out. So then we can work out what we're going to be putting in with a slightly bit over to account for it getting up to temperature and dropping out the bottom. So just to show you guys what I've actually taken out of this vehicle. We have literally got exactly 4 litres. They vary from 3 to 5 is roughly what we can normally expect to see. So we've got 4 litres there. So I'll probably try and aim to get close to sort of 5 litres in, and then we'll let the rest drain out the bottom. Okay, let's get filling. Right, so remember that plastic tube with the 8mm? So that goes into the hole first. Do not try and tighten it too much. So I'm going to be doing it by hand. It literally came out by hand. So we'll just screw it in till it finds its point. Little nip by hand and pull that back out again. Simple as that. Now we fit the adapter, which is the VAS 6262, and that goes into the hole like this. Just by hand, no craziness. And now what we'll do, we'll start filling up the pot, which connects onto here, and we'll start filling the gearbox. Right, okay. So now we've got the first 2.5 litres in. We've pumped this up, and we're now going to get the oil in. So as you will see, we're just coming to the end now. Roughly about 5 litres. We took 4 out, so we know there's going to be a bit of excess in there. I'm sure there'll be some people in the comments that'll be like, oh no, you're wasting oil. But I need to make sure that we've definitely got more in there than what there should be, so we know that when we warm it up, it pushes out what we need to push out. So I'd rather be slightly over than slightly under. So we're just coming to the end of this now, and then I'll show you what the next step is. Right, we're now inside the car. We've got just over 5 litres of oil in the gearbox. So now what we need to do is we need to start the vehicle and bring it up to between 35 and 45 degrees centigrade, not over 50 degrees. Okay, and then for those of you who have got live data, VCDS, you'll want to be going to measuring block 19, and that will be measuring the oil temperature, so we can see exactly. So I'll show you what we've got on R1. So on the Autel, you can clearly see what the transmission oil temperature is going to be. So the plan is going to be, I'm going to start the car, keeping my foot on the brake. We're going to cycle the gears, holding in each gear periodically, just for a few moments, so we can fill the gearbox empty spaces within each gear. So we're going to cycle through, start it up. When this gets to 35 degrees, then we'll go back under the vehicle, and then we will remove the tool to let the excess fluid come out. And then once that's slowed to a drip, we will then stick the drain plug back in. But I will show you that. When we get the car back up in the air. So car is running. Periodically just pause in between each gear. And then, as you can see, oil temperature 17 degrees. We need that to be at 35. Okay, we're now approaching 35 degrees. So what we're going to do, when it gets to 35 degrees, we're going to unplug the filler tube, let the excess drain out the hole, and when it slows down, I'm going to remove the adapter until it slows to a small drip, and then I'm going to sit the drain plug back in, and then that's it. We should be good to go. So this is the Audi A3 DSG gearbox oil change. As you can see, we've got the steering light and the squiggly car light, which is obviously traction control. Very, very simple to do. Once you've done this, is just reset the steering angle sensor by going left, full right, and then as you drive forward, look, the lights will go off. So do not be alarmed, DIYers, if you are doing it yourself. This is the process you need to do. Full left, full right, or either which way, and then drive forward, and it will reset the steering angle sensor for you. See you soon.